Well, I've gone and done it. I've got the ultimate luxury camping piece of equipment. This is an electric bike, and some people might think it's ridiculous to spend as much money on something, but for camping, I think it's an ideal thing. And especially if you have two of you that ride bikes. In my case, it's just going to be me, but just to ride around the campground is great. Gives you a little boost, but yet you still get to use your bike a little bit. So if you're asking yourself, do I want to spend the kind of money it takes to buy one of these e-bikes, you've got to ask yourself a few questions. First off, did you in the past like riding a bike? And you may watch the other YouTube videos out there, and what you have so far is a bunch of young kids that get on them and have a blast with them, or you might have a few that were given to people. Unfortunately, I had to pay full price for this one and had to wait the approximately over 4 weeks to get it in. For this review I'm going to do, I'm not really going to show you a review on the actual bike as much as I'm going to explain to you why this would help in camping. Again, if you have this, if you like camping in the past, camping with a bike or have a bike. In my case, I've got a bike, and there it hangs in the top of my garage. I get it out occasionally, but my knees are killing me. I'd say this is going to be the review for the older folks that want to get out and camping and still want to get out and do a little bit on a bike. If you're doing camping or you're going full time in your RV, I would really recommend having one of these. In our case, we're only going out occasionally, probably, I don't know, 10 times a year, but I just feel this is a luxury item I want to have. So here it is. Now this is a brand name of electric. These are one of the cheaper ones made. There's cheaper ones than this one, but when you get up to the real e-bikes, this is probably the lowest price one that's out right now. So if you did any research on these type bikes, there's two basic types. There's two types that they have in this particular range. This is the electric bike, and it runs roughly about $1,000. The other one in this particular class is the Rad bike. They have a lot of different variations in their brand, but they have a lower end on, and theirs run about $1,200. They're very similar to these bikes. They have a little bit bigger motor, a little bit better battery, but they also cost $200 more than these. These come in two different styles. This is the step through. Back in the day, we used to call them, this is the woman's bike, and the man's has the bar that goes across here. In this case, I'm an old fart, so I decided I wanted to just be able to step through, and I'm liking it, that decision I made. I did get the comfort package with this one. I think it's additional $100. It has a suspension in this seat and has a really beefed up nice seat. I want comfort. This has a suspension in the front, and they say you can get up to 40 miles on these things. I would never push it that far, but if you can get 10 or 15, and to me that's great. And I think using a little bit of pedal power and using the assist as you go, I believe you probably be able to get that. So now we're going to take this thing out camping, and I'm going to do some videos on it just while I'm riding it. Now the way this works is it has this PAS, and it goes 1 through 5. And what's really nice about it is it actually makes you do a little bit of work. I'm keeping my gears, I think I got it on 5. You want it 5, 6, or 7, and that kind of lets you do some pedaling. And then as you get accelerated, when you first do a couple of pedals, you'll see here in a minute that when you do the first couple of pedals, it kicks in, and it initially kind of scares you a little bit, but then it settles in, and then it'll actually stop. If you start coasting for a while, it'll actually stop the assist. So right now it's in assist 1, and we'll see how that's going to work out. So here we go. Now it just kicked in, so then it just does an initial kick. So you'll see Right now it's not giving me any assist at all. And I have to actually give it a pedal a little bit and then it kicks assist. And this thing goes all the way to 5, but all you do is you hit the plus button here, go up to 2 here, and that's going to really kick in now. It really takes off in that 2. I'm going to take it back down to 1. I tell you what, 1 and 2 are probably going to be what I use most of the time. Probably not going to use 3 that much. And I don't even think about 4 and 5. Oh, it seems to be doing pretty good. Takes a little bit of getting used to. Whenever you get to curves, you want to use your throttle to kind of get around the curve a little bit. And like I say, I'm doing 10 miles an hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you're on a bike. Okay, we're at the campground. I'm gonna ride around my new bike. We've had rain up until we first got here, but we got beautiful sun going down in the west. You'll see it when I come around the corner here. There it is. Good chance to try out the light a little bit. It's almost dark. It's not real bright. So I put the phone up in the cradle. Doesn't quite give you the perspective that I have, but it's best I can do. I gotta watch out for roots and stuff in the trail. My first chance to see how this thing does, kind of an off-road, and actually it's doing really well. Maybe it doesn't show it on the phone because it's really banging around, but actually going downhill now. So, the verdict is, if you enjoy bike riding and you just can't get out in it anymore because bad knees or you just don't want to go up hills, this thing is the ticket. So if you have some extra money and you enjoy bike riding and you want to get back into it again, then I highly recommend getting one of these, because it's a lot of fun. So that's about all I have. I just wanted to show you this new toy of mine, and maybe you might want to get one or maybe not. And if you have any questions about how I like mine, leave them in the comments, and we'll see you again.